Hello, everyone. Namaskaram. Welcome to yet another video of the preview. So today we are going to discuss एक ऐसी टीम के बारे में जिन्होंने आईपीएल में रिकॉर्ड्स बनाए हैं. They have scored the highest score in IPL. They also hold the record for the lowest score in IPL. They have superstars in their team who have come, put their careers on line, and ended their careers with the same team without winning anything. The most sought after, fan driven, fan loved team, a team which is trying everything to maybe win an IPL this year since the inception. And वो कहते हैं ना से साम दाम दंड भेद सब लगा के, and recently we've heard that they're planning to change their name as well. So uh, I think you might have guessed the team name by now. We're going to discuss Royal Challengers Bangalore, RCB, जिसमें से they're planning to remove B from their name. And then there are a lot of things happening in this team. इन्होंने बहुत सारी चीजें कोशिश करी है in the past. There are a lot of combinations that they have tried. Let's see, is this the year? So I'll start with Vasu, and before and we can start discussing what did they do during the auction, and baki inka probable 11 kaisa hoga. We'll discuss those things. So of course we have Vasu with us, and then we are joined by a big RCB fan, Ashima, and also Virat Kohli fan. And then we also have Sunit Bora, who has a soft spot for RCB. So welcome everyone. We will move on. Start with Vasu. Vasu, what do you think? What happened during the IPL auction, and what is going to happen with RCB?
Well, I expected them to go hard, but some of the choices that they made during the auctions were, or rather pre-auction as well, when they decided to sell off few individuals, that was surprising. Uh, the auction, I would say, that did not go too well for the RCB team as a whole, because the kind of players that they've got, maybe they are banking on too many newcomers, uncapped players who we don't know how they are going to perform at this point of time. Uh, they lack big time in the spin department because there is no big name there. I think the only person in that squad who has an experience of quality spin, if I talk about, is Karan Sharma, who has played IPL. And after that, if I talk about spinners, they have to be dependent on Maxi. They can be dependent on Maipal Longror. And guess what? They are having their first match in Chennai, which is supposed to be a slow pitch where spin is going to play a very crucial part. So I don't know. Somehow I feel that they did not. There was no strategy in their auction, is what I feel.
Okay, Ashima. So what do you think? You have the squad in front of you. क्या हो रहा है इस टीम के साथ? You follow this team closely. क्या होगा, क्या क्या होने वाला है?
या मुझे लगता है लाइक टॉप 5 प्लेयर्स जो आरसीबी के हैं दैट इज फैफ एंड विराट मैक्सवेल सिराज एंड मे बी रजत so beyond that I don't see a team. Yeah, Cameron is a new addition to the team. I think the whole team can rely on him. So I think ये एक अच्छा move है.
So Cameron Green, I think recently test matches में he was it in test match? I think he did well, right?
Yeah.
तो क्या लगता है? Do you think? And I'll ask this question to Sunit. Sunit, do you think कुछ है भाई? Is there anything that this guy can do?
Okay. So Cameron Green, if he has been taken for his all-round abilities, then I think he still has a lot of things to prove as a bowler. Yeah, of
Yes,
course, as a
I forgot to
batsman.
ask. I forgot to add. I'm asking you this question specifically because you followed Mumbai Indians closely, and he was
Yeah,
with them last year. Mumbai Indians
yeah.
got rid of him. किसी तरीके से तुक्के से
So I think yeah, that's the only reason why I'm saying, because I think his bowling abilities are yet to be, he is yet to prove as a bowler in the, IPLs. Not just the IPL, but also in the international you know, scene. Uh, as a batsman, yeah, of course, he had that because of his tall, figure. He has that reach as a batsman, so he'll come good definitely on Indian pitches, and he has proven there as well as a batsman. But he has been not very consistent as you want, one of your top players to be.
Okay.
Probably as a bowler, he can get that extra bounce, uh, but we don't see that happening here, so I don't know, still dicey, but his contribution with the bat would definitely be there, but not as a bowler. And looking at
Okay.
the RCB squad, the major issue is with the bowlers. They are a batsman heavy side, and some of the tradings they have done uh, are questionable. But I think, if I have to be the, if I have to think from the RCB think tank, they have taken Alzari Joseph and Lockie Ferguson, and I think majority of the matches will be in the Sinnaswamy Stadium, which the dimensions are not that great,
Yeah.
and plus it's a batting paradise. So I think the only thing that they're thinking is that they're going for pace, outright pace in Lockie and Alzari to try and control those boundaries. But that also has a catch because they have to bowl the exact line and length to make sure that they're not taken apart by the betting, from the other
So
sides.
So
besides
So
Sunil,
that's
all
the
this,
only reason.
sorry, Sunil,
besides all this,
can you,
what's one
sorry,
minute? So besides all this, I have a question again, and I'll ask this of Ashima. There is a coach change, and they brought in a big name of Andy Flower, who's had some success. I think English team ke saath tha pehle. He had some success there.
Right.
So how is that going to factor in? Is that going to help the team?
Coach is good, but you actually need players, right, to perform. And the bowling line of this team is into stank. It's already stank. So
So you're saying the bowling lineup is not good. It's like,
no, I don't think so. See, initially they had Chahal, right?
hmm,
So they made that player from scratch. He was in Mumbai first, but then the initial good years of Chahal was in RCB.
yeah.
They did not back Chahal. Then they got Harshal Patel just because in 2021 he got the highest wickets. But then Harshal Patel is also now replaced. So I think the problem is they do not back their players.
I've been hearing this backing the players quite a lot. Vasu, we discussed this with some other team, with some of the other teams like Sunrisers Hyderabad and Punjab as well. I think RCB has only backed their batsmen. They've never backed bowlers. Probably Siraj is an exception.
Yes, Siraj is an exception. See, the problem of RCB is probably the conditions that they play their home matches in. Now, if you look at the couple of points that I would like to make and bring also the point that I was trying to make when Sundar spoke about Alzari Joseph and Loki Ferguson as well. So the conditions at Chinnaswamy are not favorable for bowlers. So the bowlers out there have to be exceptional. So yes, Yajuvendra Chahal has played good 5-6 seasons for RCB and he did well. So I agree with Ashima that we should have backed Chahal there. We let go of Chahal and then Rajasthan grabbed that opportunity and is doing wonders at Rajasthan right now. Harshal Patel had a fantastic 20 season couple of years back. He had a poor season. He was released. So yes, I agree that they do not back their bowlers as such. In the past, RCB as a team used to have Mitchell Stark as a bowler. In the past, RCB as a team had Josh Hazelwood as a bowler. Now, these names that I'm taking, these are world class fast bowlers that we have who can play in any conditions. So, not backing their bowlers, and Was a surprise. Chahal was a surprise. Why would you release such world class bowler? So that is one thing. They're not backing the bowlers. And second, coming to Sunit, your point that they have got an all-pace attack right now, and they are thinking in that direction. My friend, you have four overseas slot, Sunit, and you got your captain Faf, which you are not going to drop. You got Maxi there, which you are not going to drop. You paid big bucks for Cameroon Green, who can also add to your batting. He can deliver a couple of overs. When somebody is having an off day, which is for sure someone will have an off day at Swami in the bowling department. So out of the three options that you have, Reece Topley, Alzari Joseph, and Loki Ferguson, you can only play any one of them in this place. So that strategy also going with an all-pace attack will not work unless and until you decide to drop a Cameron Green for a pure fast bowler. So
तो
again,
मतलब
that is
बाकी
why
के
I
सिंह
said
ने
this.
मजाक मजाक में लिए हैं.
So that is what I was saying at the beginning, that the strategy with which they went at the auction was kind of surprising for me, and I personally felt that okay, fine. I don't know what they were thinking at certain points when they went after few players, and then they dropped the race in between
भाई
because of course they were not having the purse.
एक player that I'm going to miss from this squad is Sachin Baby. He was such a class player. No one knew who he was, कहाँ से आया, कहाँ गया, किसी को नहीं पता. बस वो सचिन था और बेबी का नाम लेके फेमस हो गया. And we have similar names again now, so we don't know who some of these players are. Saurav Chauhan, I don't know who he is. Maybe you guys know. I don't know. किसी को पता है कि कौन है ये?
Is-
Swapnil Singh.
they are very people. We don't know them even in the domestic front.
Yeah,
You know.
Rajan Kumar.
Yeah, so these are players basically, Sunil, who the scouts have identified through the local domestic tournaments like TNPL, and every state now has a Premier League T20 contest that they play. So
Yeah.
these are players that have been scouted through that, and that is where I said maybe
No,
they are
so
going to back
that's
some
the reason I
young
brought up
talent.
those names, Vasu, is not because scouts. Kyunki, I don't know if you what maybe you watched the auction. RCB towards the end had a very limited money, and they just
Exactly.
started going towards the with the bottom of the barrel जो बच जाता है उन players को just to keep make the numbers. And Ashima, I don't know if you noticed this or Sunit, you noticed it. They were picking up players who were just left just to make sure कि
Correct.
उनके
Yeah.
पास 24 बच्चों का squad हो जाए.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were left with limited purse.
I think they spend too much money on Cameron Green.
Yeah, that's stupid. No,
That's
I
really
mean,
stupid.
possibly
I
stupid.
don't
I don't know. Maybe he will be the MVP or the most the player with both the orange and the purple cap in the same tournament. हो सकता है
It's
record
highly,
बने.
it's, it's very
Can be a
unlikely
good
for that to
all-rounder.
happen.
Can be a good all-rounder.
But then,
We
so
don't have,
that's the point. I'm trying to understand is here. They already have a player like Glenn Maxwell, who is an all-rounder.
but
Why do they need Cameron Green as well? If they
see,
needed
in
some,
Mumbai, if you go to Mumbai squad, they have all-rounders, right? I mean, Surya Kumar, not bowling, okay. Surya Kumar is a good, can fielding wise is good, and batsman is good. Hardik Pandya. So maybe,
copy कर रहे थे.
there, no, in last couple of overs, like after 14 to 20th over, you need all-rounders. So maybe I think I am
Yeah.
putting my bets on Cameron Green.
So,
Let's see.
and the reason I
I,
brought those two up is because there's a third person who we are not discussing yet, Tom Curran. He's also an all-rounder.
He
क्यों?
doesn't even stand a chance to play a single game for me.
So
Again,
he's
I
so
don't know
I
good
think
at.
he's just there to make up the numbers and to replace someone if someone is injured, like Cameron Green if he's injured, and he can be a
No,
like to like, not like to
I
like
don't think
replacement.
even if Cameron Green is injured or out of form, you will not be bringing Tom Curran in there.
Mm.
You will rather be
Yeah,
going for two overseas bowler, fast bowler
because he's
that
a
we were
bowling all
talking
rounder.
about earlier, and go for an Indian batsman there.
Absolutely, because he's a bowling all rounder. So I don't see him. I don't know in the squad.
Exactly, exactly.
So I'll come back to this the question that I had. Andy Flower, is he going to do any miracle? Is this going to be the year that Virat Kohli finally does the impossible, or is he going to retire trophyless?
If for that to happen, you know, the top two, I know out of those three, Maxwell, Virat, and Faf. In
KGF.
every match, and out of those three, two have to, you know, uh,
Too much
come
pressure.
good.
Too much
Yes,
pressure.
Yeah.
and the batting, either when they win the toss, they either choose fielding because of the batting might, because the bowling is very weak, and if they have to put up a score, then it has to be in upwards of 200.
देखो
Otherwise, I
आईपीएल
don't
को
see
शुरू
any
हुए
chance for him, going even to the top four.
आईपीएल को शुरू हुए 16 साल हो रहे हैं, राइट? 16 साल में आरसीबी की कहानी हमेशा यही रही है, बैटिंग टू स्ट्रांग, बॉलिंग टू वीक. हाउ
No
कैन
balance.
yeah how
Yeah.
can a club, a team which has been doing in the tournament for 16 years, 15, let's year season शुरू नहीं हुआ, 15 years, still doesn't understand कि भाई फॉर्मूला में चेंजेस चाहिए.
And that is where the problem is. I strongly believe, and this is not only my belief, I believe each one of you will agree, even in T20s, it's the bowlers who win you matches. The batsmen can help you stay there. Yes, if you look at the top five of RCB, they are fantastic.
Mm.
But because they don't have the bowler to answer the question that you asked, it is going to be a trophyless year again for them, because they have not got what they were supposed to get in the bowling department. Unless and until some of the local talent go out of the box and they perform really well. Maybe Karan Sharma comes. I don't know how he can, because he has been released from so many squads till now. Karan Sharma, because nobody saw the talent in him. And now RCB has got him as their main spinner, premier spinner. And this is what I'm
भाई
assuming.
वो
And this is
They
the
लगान
left
का,
for
लगान की
Hasaranga,
टीम के
right?
जैसे
They
उनका
left for
कचरा है
Hasaranga
वो.
of all people.
जैसे
sorry.
लगान की टीम में कचरा था, करण शर्मा इनका कचरा है.
So I really hope that their bowling clicks. Only then that you have the might there in their batting department. Nobody can question their top five. And only Rajat Patidar is somebody who's out of form in the recent Test series that we saw. But come the IPL, I don't know whether he will perform, he will not perform. But we have replacement. If Rajat Patidar does not perform, Anuj Rawat comes in for him. We'll change the batting order, maybe possibly Maxi goes in at 3, Cameron Green comes in at 4, and they get a
Okay.
young man there.
Let's look at the probable 11. Ashima, you want to walk us through with this?
Yeah, the top three, of course, Faf, Rajat, and Virat. Then I think Maxwell, and then Cameron Green. Then Dinesh Karthik and Siraj. Mm, Akashdeep could be the one. And I think bowlers. There are no bowlers.
See, this is, if I can, there can be a possibility that they may want to go with Reece Topley, who is a left-arm seamer, and usually opens the bowling for England in T20 cricket.
Instead of
So they
Lockie?
may they may want to go with that option, but if they go with that option, they will not be playing. They will not be play. They would not be including Loki Ferguson in the team, who
Okay.
is going to be their key factor maybe because of the pace that he carries. But if they go in that direction, then they start with Reece Topley and Mohammad Siraj, both seamers at the start. Akashdeep comes in as a first change, and along with Glenn Maxwell. And then you rotate your spinners between Karan Sharma, this Mahipal Lomror who can come into the picture. Glenn Maxwell will come into the picture for sure. He will have to do a lot of bowling. So
Okay.
that's how I
So
feel.
I have a question for Sunit. Sunit, who do you think would be the impact players?
Well, of course, Faf, Virat, and
No, the impact
Maxwell.
substitutes.
Impact substitutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, when
If
he
not,
said
Ashima, you can help us out. What do you
Reese
think?
I think,
properly, yeah,
yeah,
probably if they don't play Loki, they would bring Reese Topley, and then if Reese Topley plays, I don't think Akash Deep would be playing. I think then they will bring in Vaishak. That's what's his name is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because he is a very similar bowler like Harshal Patel. So he
That's true.
can be your death over bowler.
Hmm,
And so I can in place of Akashdeep, I think Vishak can come in.
nice. Ashima, you have any other suggestions here?
could be Yash Dayal, but I hope he does not let Rinku Singh score five sixes in a over.
Ah, well, we are slightly over time, so I'd like to quickly wrap this up. So, where do you think RCB is going to finish this year? Quickly, you
I
can give me.
think
Yeah, go ahead.
always at five number.
So you think they're
They
going to
always
finish?
end up at four or five.
Okay, Sunit.
Yeah, 5 or 6, and if they do good, you know, as they can go to the eliminator, but they will never make it to the final. I don't think so.
What do you think, Vasu? This is bleak.
See, I don't see them qualifying for the playoffs because of the bowling department. They'll finish in the bottom half of the table. I hope again, like I said, for each team that we have done the review till now, that they qualify for the playoffs. I really hope RCB does as well because Virat deserves a trophy, definitely,
Yeah.
but not this season is what I predict.
Okay, so I'll bounce. I'll put up a surprise for you. I think RCB will go to the finals, provided Cameron Green performs the same way Ellis Perry is doing in for RCB this year in WPL, and I think that's not going to happen. So they will be finishing on fourth or fifth. So uh, yeah, with that, thank you everyone for joining. And again, once again, as RCB says, "E Sala Cup Naam De."
I think this should be a Sal Pani Naam De because
That
there's because of water crisis.
I think, and I keep saying this to Vasu every year. RCB says "E Sala Cup Naam De," but that's in Kannada, right? People in the RCB team are mostly Hindi players. They hear "Ye Sala Cup Na Mile," so they don't play for the trophy. So either they need to change the slogan or something. Hopefully, someone can translate to them what that means. So hopefully they'll come good this year. Thank you all for joining, and
Thank you.
see you again.
Thank you. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Right.